Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Right there, that is the Poison Creek Roadcut, okay? This is a very interesting road cut that's been worked for a long time. This area was first developed in the 1960s for camping. I believe it was Randy Becker worked this area in the early 1980s. Rudy Chernick came out here several times and worked it. It's an interesting locality with Helandite, but the real prize is nice pieces of stilbite. Stilbite being in the Zeolite subgroup of minerals. We have some breccia up there in andesite. So this is not basalt, it's andesite. Main difference between those two being the silica. So we're gonna head up, we're gonna look into the holes. Right now, there is some interesting pieces here on the side of the road, and I anticipate finding some good stuff. We got Sarah back here, we got the dog back here. Let's check this out. Really pretty down there. Water is crystal clear. We'll have to go down and see if there's any interesting rocks. Over here it looks rather shallow and that you can just wade in. Very pretty down there, very pretty. I don't know, maybe there's some jasper. I would anticipate some jasper, maybe some agates. We'll find out. But right now, this is what we're concerned with. This is a very historical locality. It's been written about in the microprobe and a bunch of other places for a very long time, so it's cool to actually be out here. So we have brecciated pipes of like mud and stuff up here, and that's where the silicates moved in, filled these voids, and we have these pipes of cool stuff. Let's check out this stuff right here though. Look at that. That's neat. That's really cool. We got some finds. Well, that's pretty neat, isn't it? You know what else is neat? Making more content just like this. And I can't make more content just like this without the support of the people over on Patreon. You want to be one of those people? You want to make sure this project continues? Well, go check it out. There's links down below to Patreon that people have sent down here. I mean, some neat stuff. I mean, I'm not going to pass up some cool road scores, especially when it appears like it came out relatively recently. I like that. I'm gonna grab, there's some beautiful pockets in that thing. I will definitely grab some gloves and we'll scurry up into these holes. This is one of the breccia tubes that I'm kind of in right here, and it's a little steep coming up here. Neat to see, but let's look at this. Oh, probably 25 foot down. And there's Sarah down there. But you can see there's just a lot of pieces sitting up here. And not really a whole heck of a lot of bad overburden. Nothing too terrible. But you can see what is being worked in here and extracted. So, this one of the holes, one of them. Interesting. I don't particularly care for blocks coming out like that. We'll have to be real careful here with our extractions and what we take. On the plus side, for me, I don't really need giant pieces. Like, I can extract little things and enjoy them under the microscope. So let's we gotta head over and look at the look at the other hole. Right there where that slough of dirt was, that's where I was just in, and now this is kind of the back side of it. I do think I forgot to mention I'm in central Washington. I got caught up talking about the place and didn't adequately describe my location. Yeah, look at that. People are working in that. They're probably excavating that. There's some in there. Interesting. I don't really like a breccia pipe. all this stuff wants to come down, right? You can see how it's all shearing out. So it's a little on the sketchy side. But I'm sure there's some beautiful pieces floating about in here. We can see, like, yeah, like that right there. That's pretty good. I mean, there's lots of little things just chilling on the ground in here. So I'll fill that bucket, and we're gonna, being that it's mid July, it is it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm, but it's beautiful up here near Mount Adams, and yeah, this is cool. It's always good. Sweating. It's always good to be able to visit these like historically significant localities and see the places that you've read about. You know, how cool. I think that's such a cool angle for me personally when talking about like rocks and minerals and stuff, to be able to go places that you've read about, you know. And I dig this. I like that Rudy was here, Randy was here, good people were here collecting, and here I am collecting even the littlest pieces, even the littlest stuff. It's kind of a good one. Like, yeah, it's neat to just see what has came down, or what was thrown down and sloughed and broke. Like, here's a big piece of what was worked out by somebody. I think that's the third hole. I'm not going to climb up there. But yeah, that's got to be it. It reminds me a little bit of Devil's Backbone in how abundant it is, and it's just sitting right here, you know? Sitting right here.
Coloration or?
What do you got? Oh, that's really nice. No, that's not discoloration. That's just the color of them.
Oh.
Very cool.
That one's cool. You can see the texture.
Yeah, it's like
on the outside.
A plate.
Yeah.
Very neat.
Maybe not this one.
Yeah, I think these could be taken home and trimmed.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'd probably like.
I would try to cut that.
Yeah, I might try to chip.
Plenty more.
Not take that off. And look at this. Look at this piece that I got right here. So
You can bring that home.
I'm gonna try and work around with a chisel around.
That's real. Looks fragile.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try to like take a piece of this off, because the lower half, I think that's all just breccia, like brecciated andesite. So this kind of like top piece is what I want to work on. This thing's a little antsy here. Okay, let's see what we can make happen here with this. Be nice to split some chunks of it off, right? Like, yeah, let's go here. So ideally, I'd be able to split some pieces off. So I don't want to clean up all of these out here, because the dirt will actually help protect them. They're all going to get wrapped up in tin foil. But I'm thinking maybe like that one right there. I'll wash this. I got some water here. You want one of those stickers, send me an email. Yeah, that's a nice little piece. I could probably trim that. I could have that be like displayed either or. The little piece in the display case. I'm not exactly sure what that is. We'll have to... I think this one I might just take the whole thing because I'm a little concerned trying to split that out here when I could just take that to the trim saw and very easily clean that up. Let's see the other one we got. That looks like heliandite crystals.
What is that? This one?
Yeah.
They're just all densely packed.
I think that was pretty good, and we got some decent stuff quite quickly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really... We're in the middle of nowhere. What's the name of the national forest again?
Gifford Pinchot.
That. It's right here on the screen. We're here, you know, and far away from everything. And being in an old tunnel of crumbling andesite is not ideal. That's not ideal. So, that said, we did get some pretty nice specimens, and they just need to be wrapped up. It does remind me of some other notable zeolite locations that we've been to in eastern Oregon, such as Devil's Punch Bowl, Beach Creek Quarry, Devil's Backbone, Devil's Backbone. Yeah, where you just like it's everything. It's everything and everywhere, and that's pretty cool. I got a bunch of tinfoil. Let's get this stuff wrapped up. I am right around the corner, kind of right around the corner from where we were just at the Poison Creek Roadcut, and this is where we're camping for the night. This old quarry. I actually came here hoping that there's going to be some interesting rocks. There are some cool rocks here. Not really cool enough for its own dedicated video, but I thought we could walk around real quick, and we're going to look at where we're camping, and we're going to look at some neat rocks. That's a pretty place to camp for the night. Obviously, people have been coming out here to go shooting, but I came over here because I assumed that, you know, we're like maybe a mile from the road cut, but the breccia formation up here of andesite continues, and we can see up in here there's all kinds of brecciated rock that has different kinds of zeolites. I picked up a couple. Like, it's not super great, if I'll be totally honest, but some of it is more well formed than others, of course. And there's this old like little mine road, and it goes up, and we'll go up there. I mean, that piece is kind of cool, kind of neat, right? This is the upper portion. I don't exactly know what this place was, but neat to see that. First off, that tree's kind of cool. But there's lots of stuff just like that. This place up here must be pretty cool to see when it's been raining. All this moss in here is probably a cool green carpet, not all crunchy like it is here in the beginning of July. There's a seam right in front of you, which is pretty cool. I guess you wouldn't call it a seam. It's a vein. I'm not exactly sure what we have here, but it's kind of cool. Pretty thick, right? And the brecciated rock, which has been, I guess you'd be like it's heat altered, I think. Don't hold me to that. But that's kind of cool. Probably leave that here. I don't need any of that. I don't really know what this site was intended for. All of that right there, that built up area, that's all like crushed asphalt. So, who knows? Who knows? Ooh, it looks like we're almost in the shade down there. Anyways, well, I gotta eat some dinner. And I'm gonna get the Zeolites all cleaned up from the road cut and catch up with you back in the shop. We got more locations that we're gonna visit out here, kind of in, I guess technically it's Western Washington. We don't come out here much, but maybe we'll change that. It's kind of nice. We are back from Poison Creek. I thought that was a really good locality. Although I didn't do any kind of real collecting inside those hydrothermal tubes, there was a plenty to collect. So we have pieces like this right here. So we have the big pieces are stilbite, and the little things, the little crystals that you see here are heulandite. And that is pretty much everything that we found. And I did clean up everything here and mount everything. So we have a couple of pieces of straight heulandite, which I think look really, really good. Happy with these. And then stilbite on heulandite. So the big crystals are stilbites, and the little crystals are the heulandites. Got a nice assortment. Probably not going to keep all of this. I might keep like this piece and like that piece. And you know, it was one of those things where since it was so dirty, you really just couldn't see it all. You know, to have these nice thumbnails all mounted up, I'm very, very pleased. Very pleased. What were your thoughts?
It was a good spot. Very cool to see the little holes in the road cut, and there was so much there.
Yeah, the quarry was a good place to camp. I don't have any of the material cleaned up and looked at from the quarry, just the road cut. If you want to see the stuff from the quarry, well, you're going to have to go look at the website, and there will be a link in the description box to the listing. And as we can see here, there's so right now you're looking at little tiny pieces of heulandite, and I didn't actually clean that piece very well. You can see a little bit of green up there, and I gotta pick that off. But it's still nice to see. And specifically these ones where it's like a nice stilbite crystal on that bed of heulandite is very, very, very good. Very good in my opinion. Yeah, you know, I would go back there. If I was in the area. Some of the other places that we visited out there, I would say were slightly, well, they're a little bit of a bust. They're a little bit of a bust, but Poison Creek, pretty good. Place to camp, pretty good. Crystals, yes. Well, I'm happy to add this stuff to the collection. Any other thoughts on Poison Creek, Sarah?
No, we weren't there too long. We didn't really work too hard.
Yeah. Now, some of these bigger pieces here, I would say are a fair representation of what you could expect. There are some examples out there in the world of like big pieces of stilbite from there. I obviously didn't want to spend any time in those sketchy holes working that. But hey, you know, I'm happy with what I got. I got some nice thumbnails. I got some nice pieces for the case, and like I'll probably keep that guy. That one's nice. I like that. Kind of cool. Well,
looks like a face.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yes, there we go. Well, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out and watching. I'd like to thank all the amazing people over on Patreon who make this type of content possible. Thank you all very much, and I will catch you guys in the next video.